The war is over. Jesus is your healer, your financier, and your righteousness. I'm James, and we're continuing the lessons on proper sex. This next 3 is talking about during marriage. Simple guidelines only with your spouse. Protect the ring. So first we're going to talk about preservation. You like that? Protect the ring. Protect the ring. Yay! But also, has dual entrada. It has 2 meanings. For this one, we're saying protect the ring, preservation, physical. The physical ring of your life. For you, your current extended family, your current family, which is your parents, your siblings, or extended family, and your current spouse, and your current immediate family, which is your children and stuff like this. So first of all, protect the ring, preservation, physically, for you. This protects you physically. It prevents you from getting diseases. It prevents you from hurting yourself, trying to get back. God forbid, trying to get back home when you ain't supposed to. You know, you ain't supposed to be home. You ain't supposed to be gone, and you running back home, trying to get back home as soon as you can. You know, that can protect you not committing adultery. That's what that is. To married people, not committing adultery. You know, that will prevent you as a married person. That can prevent you from getting into a car wreck. It will protect you physically, protect the ring of your physical existence, and that is important. And so, not having sex with people who are not having sex with people who aren't your spouse can protect you physically from diseases, all sorts of physical things. 2, your current extended family. I'm referring to parents and siblings. When you don't commit adultery, and for instance, you don't physically, you can actually end up with a child outside of wedlock. You know, that is something that can hurt your extended family, which is your parents and your siblings. You got brothers and sisters and they love you. And you committing adultery outside of marriage, that affects them, that can affect them physically, especially if you have another child. Because now they have a niece that's outside of the God-ordained marriage. And now they have to deal with that and stuff like that. And then, you know, that affects them physically too. Buying birthday presents and Christmas things. Because now they got to buy, you know, if they want to walk in love, and Lord shows them to buy presents. Now they're buying more presents and stuff because you're dealing with that. Or if you end up with a physical divorce, they might have to start taking care of your kids during the summer or something like that. Or they might have to physically start helping you with your family or yourself. Or if you aren't following God, they'll have to come over and read healing scriptures to you. So they'll physically have to take time out of their schedule to help you if you end up with sickness and disease, or if you end up with children outside of wedlock, or the family ends up getting divorced. It can physically affect your parents and your siblings. So don't think that, it's just me and my spouse, or it's just me and I follow whatever, I can follow my feelings, and as long as I'm happy. No, it doesn't work that way. Your parents are your parents, and they're your parents forever, and your siblings and their spouses and their children, your nieces and nephews, they can physically be affected by fornication, adultery. Adultery, having sex with someone who's not your spouse. So not doing it, when you only have sexual intercourse with your spouse, protects your family. It's preservation, physical preservation, and you're protecting the ring of your extended family. Yay, nothing's coming in. The devil's not able to get outside physical circumstances into there's an individual ring. The devil's not allowed to get outside physical circumstances into the ring of your family. And of course, it provides physical preservation for your current spouse. Your current spouse loves you, and say for instance, if someone goes and commits adultery with someone, gets a disease, they're afraid to go to the doctor because they've been committing adultery, and some people are afraid to do anything, so they don't get checked out or whatever, and they end up getting a disease, and they might pass it on to their spouse. So now you're both reading healing scriptures and having to get delivered because, you pass it on to your spouse. Or if, you physically commit adultery and end up destroying the family, now the spouse physically has to go maybe live somewhere else, find another spouse, get divorced. Physically affects, the house, if the house is no longer hey, fornication in the house can mess with your spouse not being able to sleep. It disrupt the physical house. So you can protect your spouse by not getting in. So that's really protecting the actual ring. And of course, your current immediate family, preservation physical for your children. The immediate, which includes your spouse too. But that physical, when you do not commit a fornication, when you protect yourself and do not do that, and you protect you, that provides physical preservation for your immediate family. Your children don't have to deal with you bringing in a child who's outside of wedlock. Your children don't have to deal with that. Your children don't have to deal with a physical divorce. Your children are there. Your spouse is there. It's important that you remember that the physical preservation is important. And these are reasons why not to commit adultery, not to have sex with anyone that's not your spouse, because it physically can affect your children. Doesn't matter how many presents you buy them, how much they smile and want to be nice, because children do tend to obey instructions real well. They might not agree with you, but they'll obey instructions real well. They'll smile if you tell them to smile. If you tell them to be nice, they'll be nice. That doesn't mean that you bringing in some child outside of wedlock into the family that you haven't physically affected them. It might affect their sports. Their sports performance, because now they can't sleep. Because now you got a baby that was outside of wedlock is in your house making noise, and or you can't buy them, so now they can't their body's not at physical peak, or they can't sleep at night, or all sorts. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. But see, you can physically affect that, so make sure do not. So only with your spouse, protect the ring. Physical preservation for yourself, your current extended family, your parents or siblings. Your current physical preservation for you, physical preservation for your current extended family, parents, siblings, physical preservation for your current spouse, and physical preservation for your immediate family. Protect the ring. Proper sex during marriage. Protect the ring only with your spouse. I love you. Thanks for joining me, and be blessed in the name of the Lord King Jesus the Christ.